5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You've seen this before. Okay, man, this is a lot of people that got this wrong. You don't have to be a member of Dansk Folkekirken to be buried in the cemetery that belongs to the church. This is a frequently asked question. I guess it's good that now the 12 people that got this wrong, it's pointing out your knowledge gaps. Okay, so I'll say this again. I've said this a whole bunch of times. The purpose of these Kahoots is for you to quickly figure out what you don't know, so that after the Kahoots, you go and plug that knowledge gap, and then you come back to the next session and then find out what else you don't know. And it's an iterative process. And in this way, you're failing forward. You're failing forward. Okay, you're building up your knowledge. And hopefully, on the day of the test, your knowledge is at its peak. And then you can go into the test. And like I said, you'll be done in about 2 to 3 minutes for Medborgerskabsprøven. All right, now you know what you don't know. On to the next one. All right, only one person got this wrong. I'm guessing the person is new or you made a mistake. This is also frequently asked. H.C. Andersen lived in the 1800s. He lived from 1805 to 1875. He was 70 years old when he died. On to the next one. Top 5 was reshuffled, but we're only on question 2. This question, well, I'll talk about it after this. All right, so this question is from November 2018. So that's when this test is from. And in 2018, Britain was still a member of the EU. And Denmark had 13 members of European Parliament. After Britain left, Denmark now has 14 members of European Parliament. So keep that in mind if this shows up again in the next test. And by the way, this is relevant for both tests. Next one. Frequently asked question. Yes, so Denmark is 43,000 square kilometers in size. This is a frequently asked question, relevant for both tests. So the 6 people that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. You are now failing forward, so plug your knowledge gap. Read the book, do the quizzes, watch these videos to listen to explanations. All right, on to the next one. Okay, so 6 people got this wrong. Semi-frequently asked question. Children are usually between the ages of 5 and 6 when they begin school in Denmark. All right, next one. This was a combo breaker, so 3 people have lost their answer streak of 3. Sorry, guys. At the moment, we have Freud, Queen, Pius, Keshab, and MIA in the top 5. On to the next one. Yes, so the right to assemble is protected in Grundloven. This is frequently asked. I have mentioned before that you should go to the section of the book that talks about the rights protected in Grundloven, make a list of those rights, because there could be a question about any one of those rights. On to the next one. Talked about this like gazillion times. Let's see if it sticks, or if any of my explanations have actually stuck. Okay, 2 people got this wrong. Should I explain this? Okay, I'll explain it. So imagine that this red part of the screen is Uland. Imagine the blue part in the middle is Fyn. And imagine the yellow part is Sjælland. Between Uland and Fyn, you've got Lillebælt. And over that, you've got Lillebæltsbroen. Between Fyn and Sjælland, you've got Storebælt. And over that, you've got Storebæltsbroen. By the way, there are 2 Lillebæltsbroen and 1 Storebælt. And if you imagine that there's a third object here, and we imagine that that's Sweden, between Sjælland and Sweden, we've got Øresund, and we've got Øresundsbroen. Okay. Sometimes there are questions about when those bridges were built. I think the Lillebælt's built in 1970s, Storebælt in 1990s, and Øresund was 2000s. But please verify that in the book, because sometimes I can mess these things up. But the 2 people who got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. Okay, so between Jylland and Fyn is Lillebælt, between Fyn and Sjælland is Storebælt, between Sjælland and Sweden is Øresund. On to the next one. All right, Queen is number 1, Pius 2, Freud 3, Neo 4, Keshab 5. 3 players reached an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Oh, wow. Round of applause. S is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
All right, so 20% of Denmark's population actually lives in the region, the capital region. 4 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. 1.7 million people live in the capital region. Queen made a mistake, I'm guessing. Now she's out and knocked all the way out of the top 5. This is super competitive, so any mistake you're going to make is going to knock you all the way down to like number 10 or something. Mama Queen is the highest climber, up 3 places. How many questions have we got left? 16. This should be a no-brainer. Is it free to be a member of a falfa union? It's not free. You have to pay a monthly fee because that's where you get paid from if you lose your job. So you have to put something into the pot. All right, next one. Frequently asked question. Only one person got this wrong. It's 70% of employees are members of an ACASA. Next one, Holger is the highest climber.
Excellent.
This is one of the most frequently asked questions, and it's relevant for both tests. All right, only one person got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. When the police arrests you, they can only hold you for 24 hours before they put you in front of a judge. Okay, on to the next one. Please, everyone, get this right. We are at the halfway point, so if it's 100%, explosion time. You can do this. Come on. Oh, man. Okay, so the question is, what is Denmark's constitution called? It's called Grundloven. Okay? This is one of the most frequently asked questions. So please get this right. For the two people that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. Plug that knowledge gap because this is probably going to show up again. Next one. It's from the 1500s, 1536 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. 7 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Moving to the next one. We've got 11 questions to go before we are done. Question number 15. All right, so 12 to 13% of the Danish population are immigrants and their descendants. 6 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. This is frequently asked, so please get to know this. Like I said before, Medborgerskabsprøven is just an FAQ exam, okay? So you can just assume that every question is frequently asked. Neo now at number 1, Piyush at 2, Freud 3, Keshab 4, Janaya UA at number 5. Stee is the highest climber, up 3 places. We've got 10 questions to go. You know this. If you don't know this, oh, you know this. Yeah. Moving on. Holger has the highest answer streak of 16. And Holger is not even in the top 5. That's how competitive this is. But Holger is on fire, though.
Oh my! He's on fire!
All right, next one. It's the employees that choose a union representative at the workplace. So 6 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Janaya is out, Nia is in. And even though Janaya is out, she still has 17 correct answers in a row. Wow. And that's how competitive this session is. She has 100% and she just fell out of the top 5. On to the next one. You've seen this before. All right, only 2 people got this wrong. It's the regions that have the responsibility of running the hospitals and for public health insurance. Make a list of the services that are the responsibilities of the state, the regions, and the communes. There could be questions about any one of those. Static top 5. So, question is, can an employer force an employee to go on part-time? And the answer is no. If the employee has a full-time contract, then they work full-time. All right. 4 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Neo is out, guessing he made a mistake. Piyush is now number 1, Freud 2, Keshap 3, MIA 4. Janaya is back in the top 5, and she's on fire with 19 correct answers in a row.
Excellent.
Round of applause. Question number 20. All right, 7 people got this wrong. It's Festalan. Festalan is kind of like Halloween, where you wear costumes and you hit a cat off a barrel. And it's kind of, I don't know, do they do trick or treating as well? I'm not sure. But anyways, now you know what you don't know. 7 people got this wrong. This is frequently also get to know this. Wow. Top 5 has been completely, well, not completely reshuffled. Some people fell out, some new people are in. Holger is in there. 3 players lost their answer streak of 19. Sorry, guys. So now we've got Piyush, Freud, Mia, Sirikat, and Holger in the top 5. Oh, and so Anastasia says you do not trick or treat in Festalan. Yes, thank you for that. We've got 5 questions to go. Hopefully you all get this right. Only 1 person got this wrong. Hopefully that's a mistake, but even if it's not, now you know what you don't know. There is an obligation to have some kind of education for every child in Denmark for at least 10 years. This is part of the Folke Højskole Bevægelsen from back in the day. On to the next one. Static top 5, 4 questions to go. This is a no-brainer. Please, hopefully you all get this right. Oh man, only 1 person got this wrong. Round of applause to the rest of you guys. So Denmark is a member of NATO. And Denmark joined NATO in 1949, so 4 years after the end of the Second World War. There's 3 more questions to go and we're done for tonight. 4 players have reached an answer streak of 8.
Excellent.
At the moment, we have Pius, Freud, Mia, Siricat, and Holger. Static top 5. 3 questions to go. Anything can happen. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if you guys remember. Yes, so about 40% of parliament is made up of women. Specifically, after the last election, there are 79 women in parliament, so the highest number of women ever. 5 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. 2 questions to go. Nobody in the top 5 was touched. 4 players hit an answer streak of 9.
Excellent.
On to the next one. Yes, so when new laws are passed, the Queen signs those laws into power with the minister under which that law is passed in his ministry, his or her ministry. 4 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. This is relevant for both tests. This is frequently asked. So this is one of the questions that you definitely need to know the answer to. All right. Let's have a look at that top 5. Holger is out. Neo is back in. 4 players hit an answer streak of 10.
Wow!
All right, we've got the last question and we're done for tonight. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully this doesn't mess up everything, but let's see. All right, 8 people got this wrong. Carl Nielsen is a famous composer. I think Denmark's most famous composer. This is frequently asked, relevant for both tests as well. Let's see what happened to the top 5. Siricat, number 3. Freud at number 2. And who's at number 1? Pius. All right. We got Neo and Holger. Holger came back in at the last minute.